Big John, episode 217. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I am doing well. Before we
Two
got on,
one seven.
we were just talking about 217. Yeah, 217. Can you believe that?
I'm mad. Can't believe it.
Feels
You
like two
know,
just not that long ago. But I'm happy to be here, man.
back on Tuesday, so welcome. Hey,
Back on Tuesdays.
you
So
getting
we
another
were
one for 2 weeks?
just talking before we got on about LeBron James to Golden State is pretty much a done deal. So now let's start talking about how will that team perform. Big John, it seems like they're finalizing the roster and what's going on, who's going to be where. My biggest question to you is Jimmy Butler still on the team?
Yes, because I don't think he's gonna play much this season. I think he's still hurt. He's not even running yet. So
So who's the starting five? You got Steph, LeBron, Draymond.
Draymond, Pods, and Kerr, and Pods and I don't know who plays center.
Okay.
That's the
Because
question. They got to go get a center.
yeah. But they signed a young guy. You have Al Horford,
Mhm.
and then you got Porzingis.
Oh, Porzingis starts. Let's just start in five. Porzingis.
Interesting.
5 years ago, if this was 3, 4 years ago. That's that's a hell of a lineup.
Yeah. So the key is going to be what do you do a minute over the whole season? Uh, how do you give guys days off?
Quick moment. I'm watching the All Star game, and they're doing we have Boyz II Men singing, and they have everybody with these cards say, "I stand up for cancer," with somebody who they know has cancer on it, and this is like an awesome moment right now. They got cameraman, everybody in the stadium, showing their support for cancer patients. I think that's pretty cool. And
Yeah,
also got the QR code on the screen to donate. I think it's pretty cool.
that is cool.
Taking the time in your biggest moment to do something for a good cause.
I think everybody has been affected or known someone or had a friend or relative that has been
Mhm.
dealing with cancer. Yeah, that's a good cause.
But you don't see things like that done on this type of bigger scale by other leagues when they know you're gonna have people watching. Just take 3 minutes, not even 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and you got 50,000 people just showing their support.
Why do you think more leagues don't
No,
do
I'm not sure. Like you see in the NBA also game, they do the Habitat for Humanity and stuff during that weekend where they have players out doing stuff in different charities. But you don't see anything like that really in game. I think it's easier with baseball because you have, you know, before they come on the field after each half inning, you have opportunities to kill some time and fill some stuff for TV.
that? Yep.
You think about you do this in the NBA finals, you're you know giving extra time to a timeout, so that might not be fair. You don't show halftime, you don't show breaks. Something we could do this in the Super Bowl during the halftime show for a couple minutes because that's already longer time. But then taking that money away from your commercial dollars.
True. Big John, we got JC here. What's up, fam? What's up,
What's good,
JC?
JC?
Are we going to see 97 Houston Rockets again in Golden State? This is what I say. This is what I'm gonna say. This off top, and then we have Carla Warriors and New Over the Hill guy. We talk a lot about 20-year-olds and what those teams are going to do, and most of them underachieve. So I personally don't have a problem talking about a team where you know basketball is going to get played as a high IQ level, and that team is older. Certain parts of the team is older.
My thing is how many games are actually going to play because it's all for naught if we were playing together for 45 games and we're still in the play in, and now we got to go the long way to a championship, right?
Oh, that's true. That's true. But Kyrie and Harden and KD were younger
Yep.
and still couldn't get on the court. There have been so many teams that I will put more stake in these guys, unless something crazy happens, being around each other and playing, than some of these other teams that's out there.
I'll put my claim like if it happens, I there are going to be very hypocritical philosophies and opinions because on the one hand, bro, you go on to team's your biggest op. That's crazy in my opinion. On the other hand, the high IQ, the good basketball, I get 20 games of the high level basketball we got from the Olympics. I'm going to be excited to watch that.
But let's ask this
Yeah.
question: if you're Steph Curry and you're LeBron James, who else is there to play with?
There isn't.
There is no one else. I mean, LeBron tried this Luka thing. That's just not. And I think on top of this, we have just different generations of basketball and mindsets.
My,
I'm
my
pretty
other
sure
question is,
he doesn't want anything to do with like a Quentin Post or some of these guys, Ty Jerome. Some of the guys he's been running with probably wants nothing to do with anything like that. LeBron the same way. Vanderbilt and some of these guys.
listen, first of all, the is it who? Excuse me for forgetting. Who Warriors GM? It's not
Dunleavy.
Dunleavy. It's Dunleavy. Okay, he should have been fired a long time ago.
Oh,
Like
well.
I don't think his roster building skills are his drafting skills are limited. Let alone and not because he can't identify talent, but you cannot identify talent that the coach wants to coach. So something got to
Maybe,
shape.
well, maybe the coaching style
Yeah,
might be dated.
some something got to shape.
Huh?
Right? If you got your two Hall of Famers telling you we want to compete for a championship, we still think we can compete for a championship, but we need some younger pieces by us. You can't be bringing in the pods. You can't be um, quitting posts and then seeing how the minutes are getting played, how the minutes are getting distributed, and how they were playing. Be like, coach, why are we not playing the guys that are getting off? Why are we not playing? What does this do to the development of Yaxel? Right?
Oh, I think his development is the same place that James Wiseman was,
Yeah.
same place Jordan Poole was. It's not about his development. He's there to
Where,
continue.
where, where's your development? Now, you said Jordan Poole. What's your opinion on this Bam Tyler Hero? Because we have not talked about it at all. What's your opinion on this?
I believe you. Oh, okay, I'm gonna give you what I'm really thinking. I think Tyler Hero is a Jordan Poole like free talker who talks more checks than his ass can cash. So he got caught up in something where he was talking, and Bam didn't want to hear anything else about it. Didn't want to hear anything more. And what I thought was weeks prior, when Tyler Hero went to social media and started dropping these subliminal messages about how Bam wasn't hitting shots and certain things Bam couldn't do.
But was he lying?
What's that?
But was he lying?
No, but Big John, it's weak as hell to go to these fingers right here.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever tell that man that in the locker room? And if you did tell him, then leave it in the locker room. But I don't know why we gotta go here, but this is what we are to. And this is why you got certain players wanting to play with other players. Because we got this going on. Nobody wants that.
So what's the difference between him to this and Draymond and Jordan Poole?
Absolutely nothing. But the public's gonna make it different. But there's absolutely nothing different. And you have a video of Draymond punching someone.
Mm-hmm.
You have hearsay of this happening. I haven't seen a video.
No, so the video is the difference, right?
What's that? Yeah, that's the only difference. But Tyler Hero appears. I don't know him. But just looking at the optics of what I see on TV, he appears to be a guy who could be doing a lot of this.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, the biggest hypocrite in all this is Udonis Haslem.
But have I ever told you what I think of Udonis Haslem?
No,
not much. Not much. He's a guy that came from Florida and lucked up and played with Shaq and Dwayne Wade.
Mm-hmm.
But Udonis Haslem, I haven't checked his resume. Was he first team All NBA? Was he Defensive Player of the Year? Was he a Defensive Player of the Year runner-up?
Nope.
I don't know. He was just there, man. When you play with a dominant center like Shaq, and you play power forward, small forward, yeah, he's a hypocrite because he told Jimmy Butler on the bench, "I will whoop your ass."
And guess who didn't back down from it?
Oh,
Jimmy Butler.
He's not going to back down. And
you talk that talk.
Excuse was, I was protecting Spo.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Your excuse, that's fine and all, but we seen you pushing your teammates in the middle of a timeout. We've seen you talk. Him and Kenyon Martin talk that tough talk.
Yeah.
Until somebody's tough is in their face.
Yeah. And
right? It's like somebody.
Go ahead.
It's like somebody talking about how much money they get or how many girls they get to somebody come around with more money or get more girls.
Yeah, who really get it.
Yeah. Without having to use money to get those girls.
That's right.
Right? Oh man, I get up. I'm this big tough guy. Ain't that happening in my locker room. Then you run to somebody Jimmy Butler. All right, you want to fight? Let's go.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. That you run to a Draymond. They go. Like I'm not gonna say Draymond's a tough guy, but at times that's the situation where I was like, Draymond, you being a fake tough guy, right? You only really go out for the Europeans. You don't really, So I can say that a little bit about Draymond, but I've never seen Draymond not stand with anything he's ever done or said. Right? I've never seen Draymond backtrack on what he's done. He's apologized, but he's never backtracked on what he did in that moment.
No. But the biggest thing about Udonis Haslem, when he was telling Jimmy Butler, "I'll beat your ass," he wasn't playing.
No.
He was just there.
He hadn't been playing for years.
Oh.
You've been on the bench to come in and do some hard fouls when needed. That's been your role.
That's it.
And again, I'm off having a vet. Maybe you did some vet stuff, working with some players and heat culture, which again, one of the most overrated phrases and things in sports is heat culture.
It is. It
But
is. JC
the,
asked a question here. Let me ask you this, FD. What is going to be a Golden State's playing style? What is their playing style going to be?
it's screen for Steph Curry
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
one-on-one LeBron James. It's gonna be the same thing.
Nothing about this changes. I don't know. JC, what do you think?
The,
Think someone's going to change?
the thing about having a LeBron James is okay. Draymond's out. Draymond's sitting get catching and breathing. Now you get to do dribble handoff between LeBron James
Yep.
and Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen how much gravity they have separately.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron's gonna have there's gonna be some nights where LeBron gets massive dunks just off the gravity of trying to stop the handoff to Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Right?
And if
They're just gonna be
who are you gravitating to?
mhm. And also they're gonna be able to get to the foul line because we know LeBron gets foul calls, just like Jimmy Butler gets foul. That was the best part of them getting Jimmy Butler is now when you have to slow down, you can get a foul.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go post up. He's gonna go low post. He's going to and get a foul call to get some free throws. If you look out throughout Steph Curry's career, he has the worst whistle of
And
any superstar,
it
and
will.
and and they have the lowest. They have one like top five lowest free throw attempts throughout his career on his team. Right, 14. They because they're a jump shooting team. Most of his career, he doesn't get crowd calls. He
Yep.
doesn't. He doesn't even get the Kawhi landing foul calls. Right? Let alone going to the lane and getting beat up foul calls.
Yep.
So there's that.
It should be entertaining. We had Golden State had Jimmy Butler at the center spot, really, in that offense, and they had
Mhm.
Gary Payton second in that center spot. So LeBron is probably going to spend some time in that spot,
In that
and then
dunking spot.
and then roam to other places. How do LeBron and Draymond play together? That's going to be very entertaining.
I mean, there are going to be very easily defended lineups because what do you what is how easily is it to defend a lineup that's going to have Draymond, LeBron, Porzingis, Gary Payton, and Krasinski in there and no Curry. Where that 3 point threat is now there's going to be stretches where they're going to be easily defended.
Could
The thing
be,
is,
or is LeBron downhill all that time?
but again, you wall up. LeBron goes down here, you wall up, and you let Krasinski miss the shot. If you can't tell, I don't think of much of pods.
He's situational. He's a situational Santa
I mean,
Clara. Yeah, he's situational, man.
I think they should. I always think they should try to be the 6 seed. I think the 3 and a 6 seed, no matter the league, no matter which side of the league you are on, those have the best pathways to the finals.
Yeah, but let's not forget you got other guards in history like Mario Chalmers and other guys who were like pods who did enough to be
Yeah,
dangerous. And right now he's going to be asked to do less than he was asked to do last year. Where is Jordan Poole?
in New Orleans.
Is he still? Because they had took him out the lineup.
They took him along. They tried to trade him, but no, he's in the mornings on the bench in some league, on the sideline rooting for the rookies.
It's gonna be a lot of people moving after LeBron finalizes this deal.
Just going back to the All-Star game for a moment.
Mhm.
Watching this and just realizing 90% of people in this game are not collected in the hobby or even talked about in the hobby.
I'm looking at names right now that no, I don't, not at all. Well, do you remember me saying, and I know some people take offense to this. Once you get past Aaron Judge and Ohtani, you got your Pete Crows, you got, there's about 5 players. Once you get past them, what are we talking about as far as baseball?
Yeah, you're not talking about much. Nobody talks about Bobby Witt, Corbin Carroll. Nobody. Like Schwarber hits as many bombs as Judge, and looks better doing it.
He's in a market that
Bryce Harper, one of the best.
Yep. Who's running this generation? That's all people really care about. Where's Paul Skeens at? Did he pitch tonight?
No, none of them pitching tonight. Skiing, none of the NL power authorities are pitching tonight. They all pitch like right before the All-Star game, so they're not pitching. So Skeens, Skubal, Mizorowski, Corbin, Burns, none of them are pitching tonight.
So are we seeing the end of this game?
Oh, yeah, this game is over.
No, I'm just saying Pedro pitched. There have been great players that have played. Like right now, most of the best players of the day are not playing tonight.
Most of the best pitchers, no. I mean, the thing is, if I'm throwing 102 to 105, like Wizarowski, like Steen, and I've already been to one of these, yeah, I'm not opting to pitch. If I'm a team, and either if I'm buying or selling at the break, I don't want them pitching this game. I don't want anything
But when we were
that's going to cause them to be injured.
When we were growing up, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, when we was growing up, they wasn't throwing 102.
I mean, you don't have to throw 102 now.
You don't have to, but they do. And we're just part of the injury problem because these pitchers that are pitching now going 81 to 98, depending on off speed you want. And, I mean, I missed the first inning. I've tuned in since the third inning. The pitchers been solid, both sides. Nobody's going 100. Nobody's, fast pitch I think is like 96.
So I'm just saying we got an all-star game. We're probably the best 3 or 4 players in baseball not even playing.
Tony's not playing.
Judge is injured.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I will say this. The home run derby last night was amazing to watch. Right. And I knew it was good to watch because my daughter sat next to me for a portion of it, and all you heard was going, "Ooh, oh, wow," to every home run that was being hit. And she never sits and watches baseball with me, not even for a minute.
I'm so out of touch. I don't even know who Miss America is.
I don't know either.
But she's singing right now.
I also don't care who Miss America is either.
Let me listen to these vocals, see if they sound better than Deanna Taylor.
I knew you were going to go there. I knew you were going to go there.
But she would sound like Alicia Keys, though.
Man, you want to talk about Jay-Z last night? Or this weekend?
Yeah, we can. Somebody bum rushed Gate 6.
Not somebody. Somebody's 1,000.
Yeah. So how did they sort that out?
I don't even know.
Neither do I. Somebody was in that concert, should have been in that concert.
Hmm.
But go
A
ahead.
bunch of somebody.
What are you thinking about Jay-Z? What about the haircut?
I mean, yeah, that's what everybody wanted.
Well, you know I never believed that. You know I never believed
Yeah. But again, whether you believe it or not, nobody, 30 years, Reasonable Doubt anniversary, nobody, in you in New York, nobody wants to see you come out there with dreads or afro performing. They want you in the Caesar, the Yankee hat, and the Timbs. That's what New York want. And he gave New York what they wanted. You know, he looked slimmer, you know, and let's just talk about we talk about some performance, right? Very minimal for every I was not saying very minimal back check performance for 2.5 hours, no vocal issues, clear enunciation, and rapping with and you ain't gotta do all the dancing and have all the, you know, BT award style setups. You just on stage, live band, rapping, rapping. I was hoping if I would have been there, I would have hoped that the last song he would have ended would have been Encore
it. Yeah, I can see that.
From Black Album. That's what the song I wanted to end on. Encore, do you want more from the Brooklyn boy? And one last time.
So would you have been there if you were in New York? Would you have been there?
If I had the money, I would have been there.
How much?
Uh,
How much would tickets cost? I don't. I
we
didn't
talking
even
about
look.
we talking we
Big
talking we talking 4
house.
5,000 to 10 20,000.
Then I couldn't have been there. Like, I can't. I can't spend that on a concert.
Nah, I can't spend on concert, but if I could, I would. And I think a Nelly concert, Jay-Z concert, J. Cole concert would the only concerts I really want to go to and like watch and perform. I'm not really interested in anybody else. And a Jeezy concert.
Yeah, I heard this
I'm
Jeezy's.
not,
Hey,
yeah. I'm not trying to go see none of these NBA young boys, ASAP, this new little whatever. I'm not trying to see any of them.
wait, anybody saying little? I can't really.
I say I have a lot of. I think people have a lot of fun, but to see what he put on, you know, not too many rappers they can fill up 50,000 seats a night, 2 nights bro.
No, I mean it's Jay Z.
And then even minus those prices that people are paying, right? Even if the ticket was $1 a ticket, a lot of rappers can't do that. I mean, you got probably Kanye and Drake and maybe Snoop.
You think Snoop's still holding that kind of weight?
Maybe if it's in LA, probably yeah. Mm. But there's always the debate is who can go against Jay Z in a versus type thing.
You
That
think he
showed you.
participate? You think he participate now?
No, not enough money. Here's the thing: one, not enough money. Two, not enough people even close to this atmosphere that he probably respects to do it well.
Yeah.
If he didn't do it against DMX, I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody close enough in respect to want to celebrate to do it.
What did you think of Nas coming out?
I think Nas coming out was great. They they have a they have a great relationship now. Only reason why I was surprised that it came out because Nas got his casino approved right outside of the Bronx, but Jay Z couldn't get his casino approved down in the downtown Harlem, down in the well the in the Broadway district. He didn't get his approved.
So, do
But
you see Nas coming out at a Jay Z concert and rapping with him different than LeBron playing with Steph?
yeah,
You do?
I do. Maybe because of sports, but also because the time has passed.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
We talking about 20 something years ago. They patched up. They've done songs together. I see the parallels. They did the Olympics together. I see the parallels in it.
Oh yeah.
But when you talk about competition championship, like again, if Jay Z's not going to do it versus against Nas at this point, who else would he do it versus against? He he wouldn't do it against Luke. He wouldn't do it against Lil Wayne. He definitely wouldn't do it against Drake. And him and Kanye West are nowhere near on good terms to even think about doing something like that.
No.
So there's nobody in his realm that I think he respects enough to do it. Then the flip side's the money, right? The flip side is the money for it. And I also think, thirdly, if he wanted to do something like that with somebody, he would make his own platform and do it on the business side of it. He would just do it himself, like he did with a 3 day thing. And each night was a different section of his career. Right? He didn't do Reasonable Doubt and Blueprint
Yeah.
and then do Black Album, and the later stuff, you know, on the same night. I know if I would have went, I would have been disappointed just for the simple fact that he probably didn't do Dope Man, and that is my favorite JC song from Volume 3.
Hmm.
That's the song that made me actually be a fan of him, just because the lyrics verbally painting the picture. I knew what the video to that song would look like just when I first heard the song the first time. It's that visually impactful. He goes in the court, saying and rapping his part as he witnessed on the stand. I just knew that.
Hmm.
There's no other way to do that video. You can't do it in fancy cars. You can't be on the beach. You can't be like you start with the gavel, banging. Your Honor, we have and then going into all that. You know,
Are you a huge Jay Z fan?
probably thirdly,
I feel
I'm a
like
big Jay Z fan.
I
I'm
feel
a
like
big Nelly fan. So I would go Nelly, Jeezy, Jay Z now, but yeah, but there's albums that put me in moments in time in my life, like Blueprint. I remember going to Marcus' house. We listened to Blueprint on the bus, listening to Blueprint walking down the street. Burning CDs of it together, making mixes of it. When I Volume 3, I remember sitting in my grandma's house watching MTV, watching BT. When I listen to Luda and I listen to Chicken and Beer, I remember being in college freshman year, riding the bus, going to work at Subway. When I think of Nelly, I think of high school. When I listen to Kanye, different parts of growing up in Chicago, different parts of college. So Jeezy, remember that getting my first apartment by myself.
JC says Big John.
My
What's your favorite Jay Z album?
favorite JC album maybe Black Album. No, no, no. Scratch that. American Gangster.
Hmm.
That album is dope. That album might be his best collection of overall work. It's American Gangster album. That soundtrack to that movie.
Big John, I'm learning a lot. I didn't know this. I didn't know you were.
Hey, when it comes to some rap music, especially 97 to 2010, that's some deep cuts. Like, see, underrated album, Method Man Tikal. Underrated album. People do not talk about how great Method Man is.
True.
All right. People don't talk about how great LL Cool J is. LL
True.
Cool J is way too low on a lot of people's top 100 lists.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm old enough to remember when New York had a chokehold on rap after the Tupac and Biggie beef. You know, so it's I just remember I remember when Chicago had their come up. I remember when LA took it back, and then it went to Atlanta, and it ain't really left Atlanta.
Yeah, I don't know if people talk about Jermaine Dupri enough.
Oh, they don't talk about Jermaine Dupri enough.
I mean,
They
from
don't talk about
the hip hop.
for all aspects. They don't talk about Jermaine Dupri enough for his imprint on music in general.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think about the same person who gave you Chris Cross gave you Mariah Carey
Mm-hmm.
and Janet Jackson albums.
And the Brat. I mean, just a bunch of stuff you can name that you would think have no connection, but them
And the rest.
and that
You look at that, but
P92 album,
hmm,
that Jermaine Dupri label album that he brought out.
yes. You know, Welcome to Atlanta was such a good song that other regions had to get on the remix because everybody wanted to shout out that where they were from.
Mm-hmm.
That's how good Welcome to Atlanta was, right? And he also gave you Usher, right? This just think about this musically, right? And then you talking about what is he doing lately? Remember the Rap Game TV show is where you got first introduced to Lotto, and he was telling Lotto back then when she was 16, her
Yeah.
music was too grown
Mm-hmm.
for her age. And he couldn't really do much with her because her music was too grown for her age. Not that she couldn't rap and she wasn't the best one on there, but like you're 16, you can't rap like this at 16. Oh, don't forget, he gave you Bow Wow. Jermaine Dupri is the reason why we had 106 in Park. The sole reason why you got 106 Park because he had the idea to come put a show for black people to combat the MTV video. So there was nothing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, he's different, man. Big
I was
time.
gonna say another person that from a producer level, you're gonna have a hard time going up against in the verses. We're like, well, Drake can go up against. Yeah, Drake touched a lot of different genres of music. But he ain't did what JD has.
No.
He ain't wrote hits for Escape like JD has.
Mm-mm. There's nobody like JD, man.
He's in the Writers Hall of Fame.
There's nobody like
So it's just there's nobody like him, and there's nobody who had his ear for music and pulse on the culture, especially when it comes to Atlanta.
So we got.
Without Jermaine Dupri, is Atlanta worldwide like it is now?
I don't think so. We got Toby here. What's up,
What's
Toby?
good, Toby?
Another gentleman that we got to have back on the podcast.
Toby, what did you think about that Roman Reigns Seth Rollins segment on Monday? Bro, I just seen uh, Esvelez on the eBay Live commercial. Crazy.
I can see that. Dude, Caleb Wilson is out here balling again tonight.
It's just Summer League.
It is.
I
But
think bad Summer League games tell you more than good Summer League games. Because there's a couple people I've seen and they look like they can handle the speed of Summer League. Like I think OKC's Ada Mara, I think he's gonna see a lot of bench this first year.
seems like he's overthinking some stuff.
He could be.
Seems like
He
he's
may need to take a season.
he says I'm great. Some league was great. What was your biggest moment from that? What are some great memories that you had? What are some things you saw where you were like, I'm glad I was here to see that? I imagine it's a list of stuff. So Acuff is getting off tonight. Remember everybody was man, Acuff. I don't know about Acuff.
Yeah.
Taylor Wilson is locked in.
He is locked in. I want to see how locked in he is at game 43 after a half season being on the road and being beat up and banged. What is that?
Clay Thompson is interested in coming back to the Bay if LeBron is there.
Whew.
Don't Big John, don't sleep on that now. Don't sleep on that now. I would love to have Clay back.
Bruh, I don't know what I'm gonna call them, but if they all get back together,
Winning. That's
that's
what you're gonna
okay.
call them. Winning. Winning.
I don't
I'm
know
so
if
glad my Bulls finally are making good moves. I agree with you, sir.
again, I like the new GM. I think he has a eye for talent. We'll see how far that takes him.
I think years from now. Pete Crow Armstrong's in the game. Is he mic'd up?
Yeah, he's
Hey,
backed up.
awesome. I think years from now you'll be like, man, they passed up Wilson for Peterson. Oh yeah. Hey, what was I going to ask you about tonight? Is that a home run?
No, it's
Yeah,
ball.
no, that's gone, bro.
Oh, no, that's gone.
Gone, baby. The
So,
way
but
he
do you know this guy's story?
no, what's up with him?
So that guy spent the last 3 years in banana ball
Oh, really? Okay.
on the Savannah Bananas
Okay.
as an all-star for the White Sox in center field this year.
Interesting. Hey, where's Tatis?
He didn't make it. Not all-star numbers he put up.
Where's what's the third base?
Lindor.
No, third baseman for the Padres. Manny Machado.
Uh,
Manny Machado.
no, he not that. They all suck this year. This is this guy here, McGonagall. Not to say the biggest surprise, but he was the second rookie outside of Connor Griffin, and nobody really was talking about him beginning of the season either. See, I ain't been watching them a lot of baseball, but I'm still tapped in.
You think Pete
Uh,
Carroll's You think Pete Rose's the real deal? Like he's gonna be at a high
I
level?
think he's a high level player. I think the second half of the year is going. So if he has to not fall off like he did last year to really prove that he's real deal. Because the kid is amazing, but you got to be able to do it for 150 or 162. Can't do it for the first 80. Like, and the thing
So
is, he
in the
wants to be
draft,
great.
I'm watching the draft the other day, and I heard one or two guys. I only watched first round. I think I got up to pick 16. I heard like one or two guys compared to him as far as motor.
The thing I like about him is that he wants to be great. He's accepted the challenge of being great. You see the changes he's made from the beginning of the year to now, and it's just swing and his demeanor, and he's not running from his failures. So so you,
What's up?
I like Jordan Walker won last night, even though he's a Cardinal.
I'm happy
He's
for him.
another.
He did some serious hitting last night. Crawled back in and
Serious. So you excited about Topps flagship football coming out?
Top flagship football.
Pre-orders start next week, 24th.
Let's pull it up. How do you think the product looks here?
I mean, it looks good.
Jason Mendoza.
Again, the thing with, and everybody needs to remember this going forward. Whatever the first baseball set looks like, that is what all your other sets are going to look like for all other sports when it comes to flagship. So if flagship baseball grades well, you can you can really bet that your flagship basketball and your flagship football will grade well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Cards
So
look.
big, 36-page checklist, big checklist.
Got some dual signatures. Super Bowl champion signatures. Those would be cool. Patch autograph cards. Alternate jerseys. On the field fit swatch collection.
Victory ink, billboard materials for the inserts.
When does this
Ricky,
come
Ricky,
out? When does this come out?
pre-order is July 24th. Don't have a date when it comes out.
Okay.
Touchdown SSP. Then the
Have
rookie
you
card, team color border variation.
have you purchased flagship before?
This no, not football.
Toby says Philly fans will go down in history as the only state to boo players.
I mean, I loved it last night. I love the fact they were born non-Philly players rooting for they guy. Man, I don't think we have enough money for the amount of products that are coming out as a hobby as a whole.
Did you feel like that way in the past?
Never thought about it in the past like that, right? But hear me out. If you look at the Topps website of what's coming out, I started to feel like this year with how they did wrestling earlier in the year. With every other week, they were like up for a new product coming out.
Hmm.
But if you somebody who collects baseball, football, basketball, right, or even soccer, Topps Pristine came out comes out Thursday. Soccer Friday, women's Chrome UEFA. So that's boom. If you're baseball, Monday you can pre-order Topps Pristine baseball and Topps MLB and KAWS. I don't know what that collab supposed to be. That's two products. But Wednesday, Topps Chrome baseball comes out.
Hmm.
So in 3 days, if you're a baseball fan, in 3 days, what are you putting your money to?
Are those three different price points? So 3 different levels?
Huh?
Are those 3 different levels?
I don't even know if it Pristine was supposed to be a high level, but it's really just about the names. Nobody cares about the Laura names. I think Chrome is always going to be Chrome, so it's going to supersede that. For FD, if you know you're gonna purchase Topps Chrome
What's up,
and you
Johnny?
want to purchase Topps Chrome, how do you allocate funds for Pristine and this other new set they got coming out? When the pre-orders are these, you get two pre-orders the same day, and then one you can buy 2 days later.
Well, you know, Big John, we talk about this. They're coming for all your discretionary income. So
All of it,
they want all of it. They want all the
right?
money that you spend and I spend and anybody else spends on Starbucks or anything else. They want that. They want that coin, man.
Well, if you go to non-sport, you got Topps Chrome Disney Sapphire coming out the 22nd, and Topps Marvel Mint Marvel coming out in 28 or pre-order for the 28th. So every week, no matter what you collect, if you something for you. You go basketball, the 23rd, Topps Chrome Inception comes out. The 26th, you can pre-order Topps Chrome back black. You know, not
Oh,
only then, and then August 6th, you get Topps Chrome update out.
what cards are going to be released on Fanatics Fest?
That's this weekend.
Yeah.
So the soccer product on Thursday and Friday. Ooh. I'm not saying all the product is a bad thing. I'm just saying you really gotta allocate your funds
Yes.
for a collector, but also what it's not like before when when we know Prism's gonna outsell Select.
Hmm.
You don't know which one of these. What if Topps Chrome Black is actually a better set than Topps Chrome Update, or what is I think Topps Motif basketball. Well, this set looks like a higher end set. I don't know if you want to pull it up.
What is it called again?
Tops Motif basketball.
Motif. What does this remind you of again?
Inception. This is
Yeah.
like a better version of Inception.
Yes. All the autographs look on card, right?
They do look on card. It has Logo Man autographs in it, one-on-one Logo Man autographs, Ricky relics, abstract signatures, still life, the inserts. They might not be on card autographs. I would think they would
Look,
be.
they look on card.
This Curry doesn't look on card. It looks stickers to me, but the reason why I say that is because collector under collector appeal it has museum inspired artwork, premium autograph and memorabilia content, and highly visual design that transforms trading cards into collectible pieces of art. So it doesn't outright say on card auto.
Mm-hmm. Look at this Nash, Allen Iverson, and Stockton card.
You see it?
That's kind of bananas. Kind of wild. You think Ace Bailey's gonna take a step?
I don't think he can.
I mean,
I don't think he can.
you got to take the ball at Jaren Jackson Jr.'s hands, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be in Darren Peterson hands.
They're gonna get rid of somebody over there. Is he gonna take the shot, or Peterson's gonna take the shot?
Oh, it's gonna be Peterson. I think it's gonna be Peterson because that seems more of Peterson's personality. There you go, Mason Miller on the mound throwing 100. Why are we throwing 100 in an All Star game? I don't know, but okay. 102.
We're throwing really hard out here.
Really hard.
4-0 now. What is this guy's name? I think I saw this guy pitch.
With Mason Miller.
Yeah, this guy can get it. Yeah. Ooh, look at that heat. Woo-hoo.
So that triple auto, Nash, Allen Iverson, John Stockton. Base as a base. Is that $100 card?
Probably not. Base? Probably not, right? I wish y'all could pull up to for Fanatics Fest. It literally made top last year, which is so much fun. I wish I could be there, man. I wish I could be there. I think it's gonna be nice though. Big John, we got to get FT to the East Coast. We'll see.
As a person who knows how expensive it is to take a family to the other coast, I'm not even pushing. I ain't pushing for him. When it gets to this budget, he'll be here.
Sammy
When it
Louis,
makes
go ahead, Big John.
when it makes sense, he'll be here.
Sammy says, "Are you attending the West Coast Car Show?" I may step through it. Sammy, are you going? Toby out here. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah,
Carmel
so
add to the Jazz coaching staff this week.
This is the funny thing about Fanatics Fest. Fanatics Fest is probably going to be the only show throughout the year that there will be no Pokemon in.
You don't think any of the dealers set up is gonna be selling Pokemon?
I don't. I think I would be shocked to see anybody selling Pokemon.
You might see more than that than sports.
At Fanatics Fest,
Yeah.
I'm that's the question, and that's the question I'm going to be asking people that go. Did you
Can't
see
wait
any Pokemon?
to hear. Yeah.
I'm very curious because there's nothing at this show that would suggest you would need that, right? Everybody coming in is more like an athlete. It's all athlete driven. All the activations of athlete and WWE stuff. So I'll be very curious to see if somebody brought some Pokemon, bring Pokemon to it. Because we know when you go to shows locally and around the area, there's usually more Pokemon in the room than there is sports.
True. Very true.
And I don't know, I haven't seen many vendors thinking like, hey, yeah, maybe I bring a couple Pokemon cards just for the kids. I haven't. I've seen a lot of Brady's, seen a lot of Jordans, seen a lot of Otanis, a lot of Caleb Williams, a lot of Jackson
So
Dart, a lot of Brunson.
you saying when that economy changes and car prices change that people forget about the kids? Is that what you're saying, Big Jim?
I'm saying that people may be missing the opportunity. I don't know if it's missed opportunity, but like I'm just saying it's not a show that I would think you need to have it there. But
We'll see. We'll see what's up. These shows give you the trends
hmm
of what's happening during that given year. So.
well, I don't think Fanatics Fest can give you the trend.
You don't think so?
I you ever been to a company conference or a trade show
Oh, you
or a
did you?
big corporate trade show?
Are you saying that's a company conference?
In my mind, that's what I feel like it is.
I think other people think. I think some other people think that way too. I've heard people say that, Big John. I just had never heard you say it before, but I've heard people say that.
I remember when I went to game when I worked at the games, like we have a conference. We do the stuff in the day, and then we go have fun, and then they have the activations and the video games and the freebies and the celebrities. You know, I met Sabonis his rookie year when we were in Indiana. Got his autograph. He was skinny man,
Yeah, he was a little guy.
but we went. So I think this is on a larger scale. I don't think it's quite Collecticon-ish or Comic Con, but it's somewhere in between the two. But you you seem to only have top tier vendors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because limited space. It's not a thing where me and you can say, oh, we'll pay $4,000 and we'll go vend that, right?
Mm-hmm.
As something like you can do with like the national. I think a
Yep.
national is much better. I think West Coast National, Dallas, um, the Philly show, the show after the National in New York, EC3 Con. I think those shows, even the Chicago show, the Chicago what's it called?
The spectacular.
Spectacular. I think those and Shipshawana, uh, Car 22's Card Fest. Those are shows that tell you more about what the trend is going on from an area perspective than what the not expecting to tell you.
Well, people saw the Men Collective as a corporate conference.
I mean, again, national will tell you what the trends are. But you know what? Things like the national is really good to showcase from an economic standpoint.
What's that?
Is how a local community economy can work when it's working together.
A local community does what now? Say that again.
A local community economy can work, right? Because you got to think about it. Everybody there is going to start off with their own amount of money that they brought to that, right? But when 90% of that money they brought in is going to flow through this one space
Mm-hmm.
for multiple days, and majority of the people there are going to come out of it with more money than they came into it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how it's supposed to be when you spend your money in your local economy. You go to your local store, they make money. They buy local goods from the local farms. Your local farms get their seeds from other local places. And as a community, we all kind of raise up
Yeah.
in in our own finances as well as in what we sell and how we sell it and what we have as a whole to give to showcase for the community.
Yep.
Like it could be a great if somebody smarter than me just could just track a dollar, you know? That that'd be kind of cool if somebody could track a single dollar bill and just see how many hands it goes through at the national
It's
in a
true.
day. They, put an air tag on it and see where it ends up at the end of the day.
This is true. You want to talk about Yamin Lamal in the World Cup?
Sure, you probably know more about it than I do.
Really ain't much going on there.
I, Again, soccer and hockey are two sports I don't watch or understand nearly as much as I think I do. I mean, Lamine Yamal didn't seem to do much. I don't know if he even scored a goal.
They scored one. Sammy, you gonna roll
What do
through
you
on Friday?
think?
We maybe miss each other. Go ahead, Big John.
Sam, listen, roll through and let us know what it's like. I'm curious to see what the West Coast is gonna be like.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Usually it's a great event, so
Hmm.
we shall see. Pokemon was in effect last year. A few tables had nothing but Pokemon. Uh,
Okay.
there were tables with strictly NASCAR, strictly Pokemon, strictly WNBA, etc. There's a little something for everyone.
Okay.
Sure, Sammy said show promoters love to mix TCG and sports together. I don't like that, and we'll skip shows because of it. This weekend show is both, and we'll have to tolerate it. Why don't you like it, Sammy?
And again, there are more people that cross over to collecting both than there are people that collect one or the other.
I mean,
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to Applebee's. Oh
bro,
my goodness.
what's up with
Huh.
Applebee's?
They got bacon cheeseburger wonton tacos as an appetizer.
Bacon cheeseburger wonton taco. So that means they've been wrapped and fried.
hmm I enjoy wonton tacos from Applebee's entirely too much. I could eat like four trays of that before getting the entree.
I gotta put some eyeballs on this. Put some eyeballs on. We all want to see what's popping up in here. They look good, bro.
Yeah.
Look tasty. So crispy shell. Okay. I'm down with it. Oh, I just saw Chapman strike out Walker
Yes.
with that heat. Chapman, future Hall of Fame, man.
I don't know how he passed a drug test.
Oh, you think he owns something? Oh boy, there's a few other
Bruh,
there's a few other athletes we could ask that question about.
his his arms are as big as me and you put together.
But the back, I was just looking at when he struck Walker out. He turned around, his neck to his traps,
Mm-hmm.
bro, lifting something, doing something. Yeah.
You okay, mamas?
Zerny said, "I'm not." Zerny said, "I'm knock him down." What was Zerny referring to, Big John?
The wonton tacos.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wonton tacos, man.
They look legit.
Listen, go 2 for 25. Appetizer, wonton tacos, please. Let me get those.
Oh, is that game? It's game,
This
man.
game?
So Verlander last game.
Yeah. Last All Star game.
Bro, when I lived in Detroit, I would get there early to watch him and Scherzer warm up. Woo, that's a sight just to see them guys warm up. NL play like crap.
The MLB All Star game is probably the most boring All Star game if there's not a home run. But the home run derby is by far the best event. So do we get some big news out of Fanatics Fest this week?
We have to.
Some
We have to. What's it gonna be?
mm,
Yeah, those tacos had you set up. You set up on it. You're like, man.
man, listen. Like, I already ate dinner. I'm a little hungry. Oh, so the banana ball player won MVP, I think. They interviewing him now. That's a good story.
To me, that jersey is just. Yeah, it's a great story. LeBron will announce his move. Oh yeah, he's about to announce tomorrow. He's announced tomorrow, people. It's going down on Wednesday. Your hump day will be different. Toby, are you ready though? Nate, are you ready? Zerny, are you ready? Because the only thing people are gonna say, man, this is gonna be an old team. What is that old team going to do though?
Yeah. See what they do.
Yeah, he's going to be at Fanatics Fest. Yeah. Oh, you think he's going to wait till the weekend? I'm calling it on Wednesday. I think he gets to Fanatics Fest and talks about it. It's already announced. Let's see what's up. Yeah, I mean, I'm to a point. There's so many players out here. I really don't know. Right?
I got a question
Go ahead.
for everybody.
What's that?
What's your favorite Star Wars movie, and why is it Revenge of the Sith?
No. To me, it's Empire Strikes Back / Return of the Jedi. But Big John, we're from two different time frames.
We are.
I expect for you to talk about Revenge of the Sith. And I expect to talk about Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. Because the first movie I saw was Return of the Jedi, 1983. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see Empire Strikes Back until 3 or 4 years after that. And then I saw Star Wars, which is A New Hope. I did that thing reverse. And then this other stuff came. What'd you like about Revenge of the Sith, man? What was the thing that
Come on, Order 66. What the Clone Wars is the thing that ties it all together for me when you watch that anime series, and it makes Revenge of the Sith so much more. It makes his turn so much more meaningful because you see all what he went through.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you first initially watch it without watching Carlos, you understand, and you feel the emotional. You feel more for Padme. At least I felt more for Padme than I felt for Anakin.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then you watch Clone Wars, the cartoon, and you watch and you see how good he was, how ready he was, how he was never embraced, and how he was able to be infiltrated by Palpatine to get to that point. Yeah, I understand. Like y'all y'all know I'm emotionally unavailable, and y'all did this stuff to me and kept me out of this stuff, and and it also makes you think and see like just how cocky and oblivious to what was going on in the Jedi was as a whole. You didn't want to. You were too naive to even believe that there were Sith out there.
Well, one of my favorite things is high ground.
Mm-hmm.
I just love. I mean, I hate what happened to my man, but Empire Strikes number 1, Return of the Jedi number 2. I could be in that same boat. Go ahead.
In the Clone Wars, there's an arc where Dooku point blank tell Obi-Wan that basically Palpatine's the Dark Lord, almost point blankly, and they refuse to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But I made it to Camino with his Raining, and he does a speech about Jabba.
Yep.
It's a great movie.
At one point, I was like, "How are people not understanding who the Emperor is?" Like it almost seems very like right in front of your face, but it's like Clark Kent running around with the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know that's Superman.
Started watching the Han Solo movie again because I felt like I wanted to watch Star Wars, but I didn't want to watch anything heavy.
Best part of that movie is when Darth Maul shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the last 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yep.
No spoilers if you haven't seen it. No spoilers.
My daughter actually likes Rogue One, even though everybody dies.
Oh, Rogue One is the bomb. Rogue One is the but please tell her I concur. It to me is a war movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just happened to have Star Wars characters in it, but it's a
Hmm. She goes, you watching the one where everybody get killed? Yep. Oh, World One.
nobody wins in this thing.
Hmm.
We all trying to get that job done. Yeah, when that beam hits from out yonder and they just look at each other, what are you gonna do? What you doing, Big John?
Hmm. Nothing you can do.
Hold each other. That's about it. That's a great
And
movie.
and Rogue One is people don't give Rogue One enough credit being a top three either of Star Wars movies.
True. Very, very true.
I gotta pick up some Star Wars cards. I ain't picked up no Star Wars cards this year.
Oh, is this Bellinger's father?
I'm turned from it, so I'm not sure.
Who is this? Oh, it's Mike Schmidt. What? Bro, he doesn't even look like himself.
Schmitty?
Yeah. He's giving Bellinger a bat. Is Bellinger the MVP?
Maybe I guess. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's the MVP. And Mike Schmidt
No.
doesn't look like himself, man.
You know what? Good for Bellinger because I think people forget how good Bellinger was.
They do.
He had like 2 seasons of Dodger where he wasn't as great. And then he had a good season with the Cubs, and they sent him off to New York.
MVP Bellinger. I love when you get these awards. He has like a crystal bat. How you getting that home, man?
FedEx.
Bro, was you shipped that? He's got his daughters out here with him. One of them is playing in the dirt, man. He is a funny. And one is just standing still.
So PSA backlog down to 11 million. They're working it down.
But will they ever really bring these lower tiers back? Do you think, Big John?
I told you when they come back, it's gonna be $50. Cheapest is gonna be $50. I think $50 is the right balance to keep a lot of the base stuff away.
I can see that.
Right? So we just talked about everything that's coming out in the next month. Right? So outside of the first 1,000 base Cooper Flag top strong updates, right? Once you get 3 months in, even at 50, even at $35, they are iffy to grade, right? You taking a risk. It's like actually once you get 2 3 months in, there's probably $5 10, of what's of profit in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at $50 to be first to market, it's it's worth the risk. But 3 months from now, people won't be grading that card.
What was the old price? What was the old
$35.
hmm.
But it, but 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 I'll put it to you for the Pokemon side of it, right? There's still now cards you can buy at $3 and get $200 to $350 of profit in the PSA 10. Where at $80, it's still worth the risk. But that's a select few cards. You will have people not taking the risk on buying the $3 cards and grading to 50 to get 75, right? Because before I'll tell you one thing, like the Wooper Full Art card. I was you can get it between 85 and 100 in a PSA 10. They had like a 40% gem rate. At buying it for 15, grading it for 35, being able to make $25 off the fees, then selling it on eBay, worth the risk. Not worth the risk at 80. Won't be worth the risk at 50. So there's a segment of cards where $50 eliminates a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. Hold on. Alex makes a statement here. Leonard being investigated Kawhi. Now also for endorsement deal and improper expense. Yes. Big John, did you see what I sent you today about the initial drawings of the marketing campaign of him being like a character like Groot?
Yeah.
That looks strange. You think he'll ever play for Toronto?
Yeah. He's gonna play for Toronto. Let's just see the compensation they get. All right. So for instance, FD, we'll talk about a cheap Cooper Flag card, right?
Yeah.
Topps Chrome Serenity is a $20 Cooper Flag card. It sells for $110, graded in a base.
Okay.
At $35,
Keep going. Keep going. Be right back. Keep going.
For me, at $35, that's a decent risk to take. And I'm got my laptop, so I'm leaning back right now. I'm gonna look up the cert. But at $80, there's 1,300 of them PSA 10s, 1,700 total graded. At $50,
Hold on.
at $50 a card, that halves is what you send in, right?
Hold on. You said 1,300 PSA 10, 1,700 graded?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an insert that grades at a 75% clip. It's one of the good inserts out of Topps Chrome.
Okay.
For 35 plus 20, that's you for 55. You sell it for 100, you're going to be after fees to take $50 of that, 85. You make $30. You make your money back at $30 grading that. At scale, you do 10 of them, $250. Give away your nines, right? At scale, you break even. At $50, it's not worth it anymore because you make $5.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not worth it. You probably won't see any more of these. This number is 1358 for this base Serenity. Probably won't jump to 2,000 PSA 10s for another 3 years, depending on what it is to grade it, right? This is a card where you can convince yourself picking it up for $100 and holding it may not be a bad idea.
I got
You
you.
can convince yourself because Martin 1300 PSA 10s, that's not a high pop for Martin. Like I can, I mean, another with Top Chrome, the activators, Cooper Flag with Fractor, Raw. I think it's like a $50 card. Graded, it's $160. Pop 170. At $80 to grade with PSA, who's grading $50 cards to break even?
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anybody really talk about this. Why aren't we looking at deals of some low pop stuff of players that we believe in to hold because you're going to see a lot less of that stuff graded.
Do you think is that because the whole story is boring?
The whole story is boring until you get Carla puts up, hey, if you bought this in 2020 and you held it, it'd be worth this much today.
You know, I love the whole story. I don't think most people want to hear that. You know?
Man, I'm and Jordan and Big Bro did a good conversation around opening wax. But if you're not wanting to open wax, why spend $90 on a Top Chrome update um, box when you could just spend $90 on one of these Cooper Flag, either base PSA 10s or retracted PSA 10s that's like $160 and have
But
that card to hold.
now, give me context though. They were talking about opening wax.
Yeah, so they were talking about the ROI of opening wax. Like
And, hold on.
whether you
And what is the
the
ROI of opening wax?
barely nothing, it's a gamble, right?
Okay.
So even if you're breaking, there's not a great ROI. 25% of people that break or open wax make money after that. You can't spend $50 on a mega box and get $50 worth of value out of it, let alone get $25 worth of value out of it. Right? And that's before not having to add to it because you got to grade the big cards you get. It's hard to get ROI out of these products, whether it's that's not even some hobby stuff, right? You spend $500 on a jumbo box of Topps Chrome, and your auto is who don't want to disrespect. And your auto is a Gary Payton Jr. auto out of the box to five. Are you making your money back for that jumbo?
No.
You know, you got some Cooper flags, but you got no color Cooper flags, or no refractor Cooper flags, or refractor cons, or color of the rookies. You got no color LeBrons or color Currys. Your best card is, you know, a Sabonis auto to 25. You didn't make your money back off of that. But even better yet, you got a Jason Tatum auto to 150. You still didn't make your money off of that.
So with all this being known, like, why do people rip wax other than just having fun and intrinsic value? Maybe,
Well, it's not for fun. It's the chase it's for the chase.
but you know you're gonna lose, right? So
It's the same reason why people buy lotto tickets.
I ask that question. Why do people buy all tickets?
Mhm.
I'm just asking, Big John, because people use terms like ROI on ripping. Isn't it an oxymoron? It's like
Yeah, I mean,
it's like ROI on going to gamble. Is there an
mhm.
ROI on that? What is minuscule? Right? Casinos have told us that it's about us taking your money, now you getting our money.
All I know is I mean, I want to rip some stuff because I want to rip some stuff, but I like
Yeah, but
opening packs
don't
and
you
stuff.
do you rip stuff for ROI or do you rip stuff to have fun?
I rip stuff to scratch. It's to rip stuff.
Yeah, so I see that as that's no ROI on
How
that.
about I
As
was at the
far as
grocery store. I haven't opened anything or bought any packs all month. No Pokemon, no baseball, nothing. I was in the grocery store and they had a $2 sticker pack of FIFA. I bought that so I can just rip something because I haven't ripped anything. Let's see what I get. But again, it's $2. No, that's a no loss situation for me. I don't get to buy a candy bar tomorrow. So, but also for somebody like me who bends, I need to open up packs or so I can get more cards and fill boxes and things like that. But it's all good.
you think Clay comes back, man?
I think they'll have to play back.
Alex said somebody has to open it, the euphoria of opening the packs. I get that. House always wins. That's what my mind is at. But more power to people, man. Uh,
Somebody gotta open it.
did you hear this Ebro?
Yeah, I seen that when you sent it to me. Yeah, ain't no coming back for that relationship. Ain't
What is
ain't
that,
ain't.
Big John? What is that? Is Ebro trying to get recognized, bro? He's trying to get like what is he doing right there?
It's like we talked about earlier. When you ain't got nothing to say, nothing. Oh, you gotta talk about. Oh, you ain't got enough money for this.
Bro, he called him a 304 because he doesn't invest.
Yeah,
Big John, I think that's made up. I gotta believe that's all made up.
but
For
think
what?
about that. They've been co-workers. I don't know their personal relationship, but they've been co-workers for this long. Ain't no coming back. Ain't no coming back to this relationship from that.
I think it's made
You
up, Big
can't
John.
come on, huh?
It's made up, man. That's not real. There's no way. You're gonna call a man a 304 because he's not invested money. And then you try to tell him if you had the money you would, but you broke. I don't believe that, man. I think they're insulting our intelligence, Big John.
I mean, they could be,
You
but
know, I know
I just
people. I have known people in life that they're not sitting there if someone says something. They're not just sitting.
no. I've been people who are just gonna sit there and take it. I'm not one of those people, but I know people like that. I've had people have a problem with me. I've had I've had people who work for me have a problem with the way I manage, and I've let them say what you gotta say. Go ahead and get it out. All right, now that you got it out, guess what? It's still gonna go like this because I'm in charge of you not. I let you get out what you need to get out of your chest. You can feel better about yourself, but you still gonna do what I tell you to do. You still gonna do it this way because I'm the one in charge. It's like I want it. I can take you don't we not your opinion of me is not one that's gonna hurt my feelings. Your production is what affects my paycheck.
Mm, yes.
But again, if they're close and they have a friendship, you talking like that, ain't no coming back from that. As a wrestling fan, I come say something in scripted mistake. Hey, I'm gonna cross the line here. You know, me, and you know that beforehand, right? If it's scripted, we talk about it. But like, if we cool and this is real, I'm not gonna. Despite what me and you disagree with on players and things, we not sitting. Nobody's been disrespecting each other. Think we gonna come on next week and be together, right? Scripted or not, you need to scriptedly say something that disrespectful me and think next week we come on this podcast together. And like, there's no coming back from the stuff you say, especially when you put it out there and you put it on the internet. What goes on the internet lives forever.
True.
So either way, I mean, it's not. I don't listen to Ebro. I don't listen to Rosenberg unless he's on WWE. I don't listen to, like, you see even the Breakfast Club. They're having a hard time with the transition over to Netflix.
Yeah.
You always say if you're not trying to change your business, you're not growing. But I think once you grow too far from your core business, you have a hard time growing.
Oh, I agree. It's all about the core business. Totally agree.
I feel like that about my. I feel like that about any business. People, my job. Once you go too far left from your core business, you stop growing, and you're just trying to stay relevant. Why does Netflix need video podcasts? Because podcasts are big right now, and everybody's on a podcast.
Yes, looking
It's
for
the
that.
same
Looking for that.
in Fanatics, but it's the same reason why I've gotten just interested in the Country Wayne skits. Because how many months y'all was trying to put a podcast together? If you really want to do a podcast to start one, all you need is your phone. Click hit
Oh, I
phone.
agree.
What's that? Y'all dragging these skits out, trying to get a podcast room and decorations and all that stuff. Y'all dragging this out
Yeah, everybody
for
dressing
the
up.
content.
Yeah.
Yeah. When if you want to put a podcast on, and especially the one that other people can relate to, show them the struggle.
It'd be interesting to see Country Wayne a year from now. It'd be interesting to see what that content
I
is
mean,
like.
I still think he's gonna be doing well. Don't think. I just think I'm going to outgrow his content.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
So
that there are
one,
certain themes that roll through people,
mhm,
roll through situations. So it'll be interesting. But Country Wayne himself, he's on to other. He's thinking about other things,
mhm.
and I don't blame him for that. You saw Rolanda left, right?
Yeah, she left, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Bethany's leaving.
Who?
Bethany.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's good. Listen, it's good to see some of these people, be it actual TV shows, actual movies, coming from this, right?
Like Rafi he's been in several
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, he's been on a lot of Tubi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them been on a lot of Tubi stuff. I mean, Rolando's been on network TV on shows and extra roles or little highlighted feature roles. So
True.
it's good practice. It's good practice for up and coming actors
Yes, and it, and
because
it, and, and it
and
gets you a solid paycheck regularly, and you get to
but
come.
more importantly, it gets you stuff on film.
Yeah, yeah. You have a reel now of stuff you can talk about.
Hmm.
Interesting. We got the number chaser. Go ahead. What's up?
Yo,
What
Jordan, what's up?
on? What's going on? Jordan, you going to the West Coast show?
You were talking about investing, and I need to go check my 401k.
Yeah.
Oh, before we get out of here, I think I'm finally realizing I'm an old man because
At,
what's up
at
with
41? At 41? Go ahead.
what's up with these screamers making diss records by each other because they didn't get into the Screamer University?
Yeah, I don't know.
And is it just me or does the Screamer University not hit like it did last time he did it because he hadn't been screaming for 6 months? Like I just feel I
Yeah, it's
don't
about
feel the excitement or around it.
yeah, it's probably about over now. Jordan, you on a graveyard shift? What's up? Talk to us. Something new? I never heard you use the term graveyard shift. What you got going on?
Listen, you got to get out and work. I can't at 41. It'll be hard for me to go back to a third shift job.
Oh, breaking for Rizzo. Okay.
So if I get into the break, are you gonna slide me all the hits? Let's
Uh-oh.
just let's just get this collusion on camera.
Where you at, man? Come with that knowledge now.
I'm being funny. I'm being funny. I don't do breaks like that, so no worries.
Oh, he just LOL. Jordan, how often are you breaking, man? Jordan, promote yourself right now. I'm asking these questions. Do people already know and I don't know? They wish they could. How often are you breaking? When do you break? How can people find you? Colluding. 5 days a week.
Listen, I'm just trying to get a advantage. That's all.
And Jordan, are you on what not doing this? I might want to jump in this thing. Find out what's going on.
Breaking on Fanatics Live. Okay.
I'm gonna tell people I know Jordan. I know Jordan. You guys own any soccer cars? I do not. Big John.
Mhm.
Yeah, you do, right?
No. Well, I own about 7 soccer cards that I bought a pack years ago. That's it. Hey Tech, how you been, man?
Yeah, hey Tech, what's the deal? So KD went to the All-Star game tonight?
Hmm.
Where is he going? Why is no one talking about that?
Listen, they might as well trade him to Golden State as well.
He might be there soon.
Put all the ops together.
This might be the Olympic team 2.0.
Hmm. Trade him and Kyrie. Just put the Cleveland Warriors together.
I don't know. Do they need Kyrie?
I ain't say they need him. Just put the Cleveland Warriors together.
Put him out there.
Listen, if you're gonna go create the ops, just put all the ops together.
That's funny.
I'm, I'm all for a 2K team. One would think where you make you actually do something like that and make a last minute run, just so when when it breaks up and they retire, you can start from an empty cabinet.
Say it again now. What'd you say?
One would say that you do that, you put them all together, all the oldies together, go out, take 2 years, go after a championship, and when they retire, and you're starting from an empty cabinet,
Yeah.
so you can go to the lottery. Because the problem is Warriors is trying to be good enough to win, as well as not being bad enough to be in the lottery. And we know the formula to winning a championship is 3 years, 3 years of being in the lottery, getting so you get three chances at the generational player, and then now that you've done that, now you got cap space, you got a core, you got a cap space, and you can build that. We've seen it work with OKC. We've seen it work in um, San Antonio getting to the finals. We've seen it work in Boston. So that we know this is a solid formula of trusting the process. Where if you can get enough, if you can get enough good draft picks, either they can stay with you or become assets to trade for SGA, for Jalen Brunson. You know, heck, even for Tyrese Halliburton, where you got enough assets to where you can make a legitimate run. Like how bad was Denver before they were consistently, viewed as a real threat to win the championship,
Bad. Everything.
right? Jokic, but they was able to get Murray. They was able to bring in Gordon and draft Michael Porter Jr. and then have a core to pick up the role as necessary. So one could say get LeBron, get Clay, get whoever else you think you're gonna need, and F them kids, go for it for the next 2 years, try to win a championship, and then y'all all retire in 2028. Draymond, Clay, it's a whole year set off. Everybody retired.
What does this do with all the scripts that have been written about who's winning in the future?
Man, we can rewrite a script.
Oh, okay.
That's just pen to a paper. Hey, ChatGPT, need to rewrite the script real quick.
Okay. Head Tech asked about the Shohei Ohtani card. Oh, we were just talking earlier about long-term collecting, and I think something like that is important. It's probably not talked about enough in the hobby.
I mean, keep keep what you want, sell what you need to help your financial position. That is always my philosophy. Keep what you want, sell what you need to help your financial position. Because it does not matter if you're card rich and if you're card rich and cash poor, doesn't matter, right? If you're getting kicked out your home, but you got a $15,000 Shohei Ohtani card, and you want to hold on to this card more than your house, that's a little bit of issue.
But there have been people who have been got their car repossessed and kicked out of their house and still kept gold dug in the ground. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, but hey, if you think you can survive that, go for it. I'm not here to tell anybody. You guys never hear me tell you what to spend your money on. I will tell you what I spend my money on, what I would do. My whole philosophy is cards have helped me go on cruises. They help me pay. They help me pay bills. They help me get out of rough spots. They help family members get out of rough spots. My philosophy is always keep what you want, sell what you need to.
Mm-hmm. Hectech says, seeing all these stars jump around from team to team makes you appreciate players that stick to one. I think that philosophy is almost done. We have seen draft were top picks within 3 or 4 years on totally different teams. Everybody in the draft.
It
Their day is over with.
it all depends. Are you a I root for the team first person, or are you root for the player first person?
Well, I don't think there's any teams that are loyal to players that
That
have
right.
drafted the last 8 years. That I think that's over with.
Right. I don't think there are any teams loyal to players. But what I'm saying as a fan, we know that LeBron fans go where LeBron goes. We've seen Kyrie fans go where Kyrie goes, right? But are you? I'm a Bulls fan. Yes, I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, but I'm a Bulls fan first. So I appreciate my GM making moves for the Bulls to be good. If I was a Lakers fan, I would appreciate the Lakers making moves for the Lakers to be good. If I was a Luca fan, okay, I just not root for the Lakers because he's on the Lakers, not on Dallas. So if your fandom is player first, then the player movement shouldn't mean much to you because you want your player the best chance to win a championship. If you're a team first guy, player movement bothers you more than likely because your team is not moving in the position to win a championship. And could you
NBA.
imagine being a Brooklyn Nets fan?
I mean, that's just the minor leagues of the NBA.
But could you imagine being a Brooklyn Nets fan? Being a Jaren, I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan.
No, but they exist. I bumped into some. No, I couldn't imagine being that. Any of these teams that's basically the minor leagues for the rest of the league.
Mhm.
Same in baseball. Like there are some teams, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Heck, picks don't matter to good teams.
Did he say something
Picks
about?
don't. They'd be like the Rams, m- try to chase rings and don't worry about the picks.
But the Rams aren't winning any more rings. Do we think the Rams are going to win a ring this year?
But they're trying. The point is they're trying.
Are they trying?
Hmm.
How is that? Because you go get a defensive end? That's never produced a ring. That produces asses and seats and people watching. That's not trying for a Super Bowl ring, bro.
I
Miles
think I'm
Garrett?
talking more.
No, I don't see. That's just me. I don't see that. When did that happen? What defensive end signed? Von Miller? Like when did that happen?
My mother did win championship when he signed. So
Yeah, but they had a squad. It's not the Rams. They
and,
already had a
and again,
squad.
the Rams got a squad.
No,
They
they
just
don't.
can't stop nobody.
Who's that squad? I don't see them having a squad.
Well,
Who's
you
their
don't
running?
believe in Puka, so
No. Puka won't even be around in 2 years. Look at this boy. What's the other dude's name? Where's he at?
Seattle.
And okay, not doing much. Not a future Hall of Famer. And we predicted that the year he was getting off. Puka's about done, man. And then who's their running back?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. We just want Stafford to
I
make
think
it.
Blake Corum.
Okay. We just want Stafford to make it through the season. Hopefully that happens. And who's the other wide receiver? It's
Don't
Bleak.
ask me.
It's Bleak. Trust me, I have huge regrets for mostly selling too early. Yeah, some stuff you just got to kick back on. You know, the hobby itself talks about a bunch of stuff that like really doesn't matter in the long grand scheme of things. Right now, this is what I do. This is what I would ask everybody to do. You want to hear this? I've been challenging myself to look at hobby content a year to 15 months and before. Follow me. 12, 15 months and before that. And look, just listen, just sit there. You don't even have to watch. Just have it in the background. What cards are they talking about? And do they matter today? They don't.
So then there shouldn't be no regret. There's only one card that I regret selling,
What's up?
and that's the Shohei Squares
Yep.
card. And the only reason why I regret selling it, but I made profit, so it's not like I didn't do I didn't do anything positive with the money that I sold it for. I didn't have to sell it. I didn't need the money to pay a bill. I didn't use the money to buy more cards. So that's the only reason why. That's the only. I think I need to put something up on eBay, and that's the best thing I had at the time.
I got it.
But
I'm
lesson learned.
happy about that card.
Yeah, but lesson learned. I have nothing I really want to put up on eBay. I have nothing I'm buying right now. So the only card I'm going to set out to sell is probably my Olivia Miles auto, just because it's a leaf and you have the new WNBA product about to release, which is going to have more autos. So in theory, it's a good time to move that card before she gets more autos flooded to the market.
And now that you say that, let me play this right quick.
LaMelo is a point guard. Have you watched Olivia Miles yet? Olivia Miles yet? Yeah, of course she goes.
Mhm.
She called that.
Hey, she cold, but she got to stop calling people bitches.
No, I like it. Keep it running. No,
She go,
no,
she go.
keep that. I want that same energy, baby. Keep calling them out. Keep calling them.
Yo, she be fucking bitch.
She be on people's heads, bro. It's like you playing in a
Yes.
party. She is on your head. What you gonna do about it? That's what she's saying. You can't stop this. What you gonna do about it? She ain't coming up in here playing games, bro. She is on people's heads. I want her to continue. I love it, actually.
But again, and if this card wasn't Leaf, I probably wouldn't be thinking about selling it.
You still might want to hold on to it. It might get greater later, bro. I'm just saying.
It
You might
might.
fail a little bit later.
This is why it's the only thing I'm debating on. Should
Dude,
I, if, should I well,
how many rookie all-star players in WNBA?
not a lot.
She is cold.
She cold.
She
She
can
gotta
play.
get better on defense, but she
What,
cold. She
get
gotta
better on,
get better on defense.
oh yeah, but the way she dropping, yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool. Yeah, she'll get there. But
So
why you improving your defense? Talk that dog until somebody come out here and do something about it. That's why I'm at though, bro. I love when a player yakking and back. That's what we call it. Can you
but
yak?
what I'm really surprised is that there's been no upward movement in Paige's market. And
I'm
she
not.
been ball.
I'm not surprised. She's gonna continue the ball. There will be upward movement.
But it's not like she's popular and she's balling.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no excessive hype on her.
No, I mean we got
If
a multiple MVP. There's no hype on.
true, yeah.
That's hype on a person.
There's hate.
No, but that's
We got
hype on
MVP
that's ranked number 11. That's not top 20.
so the rank number 11. It's she she wasn't even ranked number 11. She got the 11th most votes how the tiered voting went. Like it's not even what they not ranked her 11th. But even if she was ranked 11th, that's still more than she deserves by the way that she's been playing.
Bro, she's horrible, bro. She's horrible.
Average.
Bro, we talked about this from the giddy up out the gate. She's horrible. You're known for shooting the three, and you don't shoot the three well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well, then we talk about Asia Wilson, where you got people saying that is she really that great? She's played with four. She's played with four other Olympians, gold medalists.
Well, it's the same thing people saying about Steph.
Hmm.
What
She,
he
do you think they get their gold medals if she went on that team?
if anybody pulls up on me negatively talking about Audrey Wilson, then I'm going to do this, and we're done talking basketball. We can talk something else. You want to talk about Tiana Taylor singing at Jay-Z concert? You can talk about that.
We'll talk about the Bean in Chicago. Let's talk about something that they'll make. We can talk about.
We can talk about that bull statue in New York. Whatever you want to talk about. But we're not talking basketball.
I can't see
I
it.
didn't do it. They did. I didn't say roll up and start talking about one of the best players that ever played ever in the WNBA. But okay, free agency is the reason. Yeah, I mean we know that, but as a player, if your abilities are at a certain level, you can opt to stay with your team. Players are not choosing to do that. They won't do that.
You got players choosing to get traded. You got teams trading franchise players.
Yes. And what's up? Well, let me ask this question. What's up with Austin Reeves giving back $5 million to make his team better?
I don't know what's up with when we leaving $32 billion on the table.
Oh, he might do that. That might make a team better. But the Lakers should have told Austin Reeves, Austin, you keep your $5 million. Because that ain't doing nothing for us. Well, who we going to bring in with $5 million, bro?
No.
Like Jalen Brunson did. He left 132 on the table. We get a chip with that. What is Austin Reeves talking about? Bro, I can't wait to see him play without LeBron.
Let's talk about the hypocrisy of media. And before we get out of the narrative, the same people last month that was praising Jalen Brunson for leaving money on the table and winning a championship are the same people coming out now saying, "Why is Wemby doing it?"
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Wemby doing it.
Mm-hmm.
He doing it for the same reason Jalen did it. He knows Casper got to get paid next year. He knows that after that, Harper's got to get paid,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't get off. And they still got 3 years before they can get off of Fox's contract.
You
So
want me
somebody,
to fast forward and tell you what's going to be wild?
mm-hmm.
What is San Antonio going to do with Wemby's contract when he's hurt and not playing?
Who knows?
That's when
But
shit hits the fan.
yeah, but he knows in order to keep that team together, by him being first up, he's the one that got to take a cut.
Yeah, he does. He'll make it up
'Cause
another way.
Yeah, if he don't take the cut, that's two not.
Let me ask you a question. This dude is supposed to be the man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
Supposed to be the man, correct? Chat. Wemby's supposed to be the man. When's the last time you saw a Wemby commercial?
I ain't seen one.
What's up? Where's Wemby's signature shoe at?
I ain't seen one.
What's up?
And how you the face of the NBA and you're not in the commercials?
You went out and showed buns in the playoffs. What's up?
Okay. Bonds is crazy.
No, it's not. That's what he showed.
It's crazy.
That's what he showed.
He had way more good games than he had bad games in that finals run.
No, they just about bad games. It's about attitude and presence, and you market.
Okay, well, you talk about that, yeah.
Now, your personality and press conferences and what you're saying after the game and how you running away from reporters. I have a whole laundry list of stuff that Wemby was buns. He was buns.
Whole laundry list of immaturity being shown.
Immaturity and not acting your shoe size and not your age. Heck Tech, I go for name on the front of the jersey. I feel you. Players ain't gonna do that though, bro. Players bounce. I'm trying to figure out. Well, LaMelo, I haven't seen LaMelo Ball with Ant-Man. I hit Big John up earlier today. What's up?
Yeah, wasn't Ant-Man in Seattle today?
Yeah.
While LaMelo was parking.
Yeah. They both know that's not gonna work. Rams.
Listen, you got a month. I got a question. Why doesn't the NBA have OTAs and voluntary workouts like the NFL does during the off season? Is it because the off season is not as long?
They may have that in their contract, bro. They don't mess. Yeah, probably not as long. They'll mess around with stuff like that. You think they only have like 3.5 months?
Yeah, 3.5 months off.
They back at it.
Mm.
What's Golden State's record going to be? Any predictions?
50-32. If they get LeBron.
Very respectful. Quad Car Podcast in the house. Rise up. And whenever I think about Atlanta, I ask myself, what's Durag's name? What's the quarterback's name?
Michael Penix.
Where's Michael Penix at right now? What is he doing?
Sir Durag.
Did he get married?
Oh, did he have a Durag on?
No, he did not. He showed that dome that day. ATL is going down.
Next week we have a good guest.
Yes.
If you guys have any questions about TCG and Pokemon, please send them to us so we can ask those questions next week. We got a great guest coming on next week. And no, it's not Imani.
We can't forget though. We got to work in Newbury.
Newbury next week too.
We could do both. Our guest. How long is our guest going to be on?
I don't know. I have to ask him. I'll text him how long he's going to be on.
Yeah, let's find out. I think Newbury could probably come on. Maybe after, or we can go a separate week. Yeah, JD5 was a talk back then. Anybody still talking about JD5? What's that? Somebody talked about JD5. We'll put it in the chat. Let me see what you're talking about. I ain't heard that name, man. You said this thing. You said it's
I
will
will say this: if Caleb Williams has a good year this year,
he won't.
I will start collecting Caleb Williams cards.
He won't. He's RG3 all over again.
Caleb Williams?
He is not made for the NFL, especially the way he likes to run the football.
I am. I was burned on Justin Fields, so I'm not PCing Bears quarterbacks until after year 3.
I saw Fields in a picture in a Chiefs uniform.
Yep.
I wish him the best, man.
Mahomes is on track to be back by week 2. So
I think Fields is an excellent athlete. He's not a quarterback. Toby, that's why I switched from sports to Pokemon. Pokemon is way more fun to sell and collect, and the risks are way less. Look at Big John flipping the script over there. Look at Big John. You going sideways on him? Going sideways on him. Hex that could be a retired millionaire right now. I had to sell. I wish you didn't have to, Hex Tech, but just know that tomorrow is greater and you can rebound and get back on track to whatever you want to do. July 22nd. What's July 22nd? Big John, you there? What's July 22nd? Big John just he'll be back. What's July 22nd? Am I missing something? Oh, that's your next show. That's your next show. No, you said 5 days a week. Big John, what's July 22nd? You know?
Oh my God. Hold on. Now I can hear.
Yeah, she is a dog. She can go. Big John will be back. Anybody in here got any thoughts on Caitlin Clark and where she's going? Is she going to improve? Holla at me. FD may hate LaMelo, but he would get hype on a hype team. LaMelo's not doing anything, Hexac? I don't hate LaMelo. I just assess talent and tell what I'm seeing. I don't hate. I don't see it. But he did improve last year as far as attempting to play defense and shot selection. Hopefully he keeps that going. Isn't Aja basically Tim Duncan for the hobby? I guess you could draw that parallel. Tim Duncan has had a $500,000 car sale, though, Hex. It was a one-on-one, but it was a $500,000. Vetting in. What player blows up when Wemby undoubtedly gets hurt again? It's happening. That's the card to buy now. I think his name is SJ. My humble opinion. Hey, Big John, who you buying when Wemby gets hurt?
K, maybe? I don't know.
They haven't given K any help.
My thing with Wemby and Wemby cards is people are buying second and third year cards for the same price that they were buying rookie year cards. And I don't understand why with him being
You know why?
so injury prone.
You know why people are doing.
I mean, I get why.
This is what we do. If these these 5 people are buying Wemby, I'm the 6th person I got about Wemby. I can't free think. I can't think. I can't do that. I was these people buying.
So what I come to realize that in this hobby, there are times to buy what everybody else buying to stay liquid, and then there's buying for your own personal research and reason why and taking second and chance.
Let's say everybody's buying. What was the quarterback for the Jets? What's his name?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. Everybody's buying Zach Wilson. Let's say these 5 are buying Zach Wilson. We gonna say liquid about Zach Wilson?
No, I said there's times.
Okay.
No, because I'm not buying for about that.
Okay.
Like
now I'm with you. Okay.
Like my list is, I've done that, right? I've bought the Zach Wilsons, but everyone else is buying the Zach Wilson, trying to sell them. And but I've had a lot more success with keeping a handful of people of sports players and a handful of Pokemon that I know people are want to look and buy, and then have my WWE, have my Star Wars, have my what I like to make when I've that stuff too. Like I know that you need stuff for the majority are going to come and want to look through, and then they're like, "Oh, I like this as well," and let me pick up this as well. All right. So I know I got to keep a couple Jordans. I mean, who am I? I'm buying in sports. Cool Flag, Conker Nipple, Steph Curry, LeBron James, and SGA. Those are my 5 basketball I'm buying. For as a purpose to have and vend and sell, and to fund my Kobe Whites. Football, I can tell you, I'm outside of Drake May and Jackson Dart who have it shows here in Connecticut. I'm not buying any other football.
Again, who's the backup quarterback in New York? Who's the backup quarterback for the Giants?
I don't know. Jameis Wilson.
Oh yeah, you'll see him by week 8. Heck tag.
That's fine. I want to sell all my Jackson Darts by week 3 of preseason.
Yeah, because people will be coming for him. What did the gold just sell for the other day? 43,000, something like that. Yeah. People are coming for him. My heck tag would be funny if LeBron goes to the Warriors and wins the ring while Curry is not Finals MVP. Just know we can. Our heck tag. I know it's humorous. We talking about the greatest point guard of all time.
Just know if LeBron goes to Golden State, and if LeBron goes to Golden State and wins a ring, he will no longer have a legitimate argument or a legitimate claim to any of the top 10 spots in NBA history.
Yeah, it's over with, and he knows that though. He knows he's chasing goals, so why not just have fun right now? Heck that. That's factual what Big John just said.
Because right now, I can. Right now, if you told me to give good arguments of why LeBron is top five player all time, I can bend his career and make a great logical case for that. So when he told me to go against it, I can bend his career, make a logical case against it.
Well, that's why I
But
always
if he,
have an number 11.
but if he goes to Golden State and he wins champion with Kerr with his biggest op, I would no longer be able to positively positively defend that argument.
But it's something inside of him where he wants to play with the greatest point guard of all time.
It, again, takes away from his hit from him being in the top 10, right?
Yeah, I get you. I agree.
I, I can no longer spin either way either argument. You know, some people like two plus two is five, and I can explain to you. I can convince you two plus two is five. You didn't talk long enough.
Oh, we got Quiet Car said TCG is all Jerry. Jerry's out there making moves, folks.
Oh yeah, I know we do, Jerry.
Making moves.
I'm looking forward to this pitch black set in his 30th anniversary set.
If they are buying, I am selling. I'm with Big John. Just make sure it ain't Zach Wilson, man.
Yeah, you can hold on to something. You're gonna hold on to something too long more often than you're going to sell too early. It's
Until you bump your head against that generation, that real generational talent.
mhm.
When you bump your head against that, then you're working with something different. All these
the,
other
the the only way not to hold too long is to buy in late.
people don't believe in that. Say what you just said again. People don't believe that.
The only way not to hold too long is to buy in late. The only way not to sell too early is to buy in late.
People don't want to believe that, Big John. They gotta, because these other five people, man. These other five people are buying this. They gotta get in this. Every table I walk by, I see the same people. I gotta get in there.
Because when you buy in early and stuff goes up, it's easy to sell it because it's going up. When you buy in early and you buy in then plus side of that it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. I want to hold because I don't want to sell until it gets to the top. Right? It's gonna go up again. Oh, I missed the Zion window. But don't worry, he'll be all star next week. Yeah, like I said next year. I missed the Lamelo window. Oh, but now he's going to Minnesota. So I can hold it even longer. He's going to Minnesota. When he win the championship in Minnesota, then I can sell it. Right? You can convince when you buy in early, you can convince yourself of either argument. Especially if you're not running your inventory, running as a business and looking at everything as inventory. When you're looking at it as inventory, it does not matter when you sell it because you're taking that money, buying more to sell again. It's inventory. You're flipping, you're study moving weight. It doesn't matter what because you doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling and doubling again. But when you're balancing between wanting to be a collector and wanting to use your card to sell for your collection, buying in late when it's easy to hold Otani now.
You watched the
If you know you're gonna buy a $200 card, you see this card is going up from $100 to for $200 in the last 3 years. It's easy to buy that car and hold it because you've seen 3 years of proof this car is going up, and you've seen 5 years of proof that Otani is the man. It's just easier. It's also easier to say, I bought this car for 100. It's up for 150. Is it going up to 150? Cool. Let me get out of it for 150 and go buy something else, and go buy a bigger car without using my paycheck money. It's all people say, oh, sell, buy, and don't use relative of the funds that the individual has available.
True.
Do what's best for your situation. If it's best for you to sell it now, and that's going to make your next week, 3 months, 3 months better in your life, cool. You shouldn't regret it, because you know what, that car allowed you to get from underneath something that was holding you back financially, and cool.
Just sell enough till the whole is free, if you believe in them.
Exactly.
That's solid.
I mean, again,
He said,
hey, because guess what? Just like Otani's gone, getting up, and who said sell Otani? Right after Otani hit, we got Wemby, right? Right after Wemby, we got Cooper Flag cards. Right after this Cooper Flag, we're gonna have either AJ Devanta, Peterson, Boozer, Wilson, Acuff. We're gonna have those. Next year is gonna be somebody else, right? We got Mendoza cards to move this year.
but there's only one generational talent.
Right. But guess what? If you moved it now, let's say Mendoza becomes generational. You really won't know he's going to be generational until year 3 anyway.
You said Mendoza.
Let's just say it, right?
Oh,
Let's say if Mendoza.
okay.
Even better yet, Patrick Mahomes, Hall of Fame career solidified. You didn't really realize he's going to be this good until year 3 or 4.
Yeah, he set out
Right?
the first. So yeah, it took a little while. Yeah.
So even now, boom, if you're in a situation where you can go buy a Patrick Mahomes card to hold, do it. You got $1,000 that is not earmarked for anything that you can hold and see what happens to. Do it. That's what people do with the stock market, right? Right, FD? They put money in the stock market and in hopes that this stock goes up, but it's usually not money they need to pay a light bill this week, right?
Oh yeah, but also with that stock market now, we're putting in some research. We understand what's going on financially within this company,
Yeah.
products coming out. We getting just like with a sport. We understand that Peterson probably gonna be Peterson.
Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, do whatever y'all feel like it. Tell me the results, and then I do my research and I go from there. As a person who I can honestly tell everybody, at worst, in the last 2 years, I I am 90% to even at worst in what I do and what I buy and sell. And then if I look on, I am pretty much even. I believe I'm pretty much even for the money that I put out for my paycheck and to buy cars and sell cars for the money that I put back in. I've gotten back in. And that's without breaking, that's without selling on eBay every day, that's without vending every weekend. I do a lot of research. I try to make a lot of smart moves. I try to buy things in a range that fits my budget. No matter what any content creator say, any influencer says, any friend that's giving me advice says, I do not overreach myself for sports cards.
Yep. That's the key.
And the one person who, I get validation because the one person who haven't asked me about any card I bought or sold this for the last 2 years is my wife. She ain't worrying about where the money's coming in and going out at. She ain't worrying about what when she see eBay or whatnot come across the bank account line. She ain't worried about it. We ain't talking about it.
Oh, you do your thing, Big Sean.
So my best advice is to do the research and spend what's best for your budget.
Yes. Imani Quiet Car Podcast. LeBron James will be with the Golden State Warriors. What's your thoughts? I want to hear his opinion before we bounce. Get 23 on your chest.
And Monty, how was Jersey?
You went to Jersey?
Yeah.
Monty was out there with that Tupac. Picture me rolling.
Mm. Ooh, that's a song I ain't heard in a long time.
Bro, I love that song, bro. Man, rolling the 500 bands. You don't need to pretend. No
So
playoffs. Hold on. He said Atlanta Falcons are going to the Super Bowl. And he says those they ain't going to the playoffs. Come on, man.
It's a Tupac related story.
What's up?
My dad, big Tupac fan. What's not all eyes on me? What's is all eyes on me? That's the CD had Hail Mary on it. No, Machiavellian.
Yeah.
Was Travis Scott. So I had an uncle who was a Benzino fan,
Okay.
trying to teach me how to drive stick on his not Corvette. What's the car back in the 90s? It was a stick shift. Low Trans Am type
Okay.
deal. He trying to teach me playing Benzino. First time trying to learn how to drive stick. In 2 minutes, burnt out his clutch.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I can drive stick if I absolutely have to now. Because my brother-in-law taught me how to drive stick shift. If I absolutely have to drive stick, I can do it. Just don't have me go for hill.
I can't at all. I went to my father when I was in high school and said, "Can you teach me how to drive stick?" Because he knew how to drive. He's like, "You don't need to do that. You're good." Never taught me.
If I absolutely had to drive stick, I realized I would never own a Corvette type car. Any car that I have to really bend down and I feel like I'm on the floor, I cannot drive. If I'm on the ground, I cannot drive.
I don't blame you there.
I need to be able to clearly see out the back window when I turn around. I cannot be on nothing low to the ground. Do not like it.
So a team like the Pelicans, they really want DeAndre Ayton. They signed him to a 2-year deal.
Jordan or
Excuse me, DeAndre Jordan. They signed him to a 2-year deal instead of a 1-year deal.
he's a good vet.
But Big John,
He's a good vet. You need good vets.
how many games? Let's say he's a good vet, right? Let's check that box. How many games is he going to add to the win total?
None.
Coaching, developing, whatever he's doing.
None. He's definitely a locker room, man.
He's becoming Udonis Haslam.
Yeah, he's definitely a locker room. He's not.
And who did Udonis Haslam developing?
I don't know. Actually, Udonis. He gonna take credit for everybody.
No one. I don't even know why teams do this.
Because you need a vet.
Why?
Because you need the Andre Millers.
Does Detroit have a vet? Who's Detroit's vet?
They're mixed with some. No, but they needed one. They needed
Who's
somebody that can control that team.
Who's Orlando's vet?
They don't. Desmond Bain, which really ain't a vet.
Who's Charlotte's
You-
vet right
No, again, no. That's what they need. That's what they drafted Continental to have an adult in the room.
now? So Houston
Some,
had a vet. He sat on the sidelines for 4 games while she gets swept.
mhm.
I just don't. We get into this media with this stuff.
Okay.
That people say, who is the vet? When
Here's-
Chris Paul went to Wemby, didn't do shit for him. Who is the vet? Who's that vet?
So, do you agree that at the height of John Morant and the Grizzlies, they really needed an Andre Iguodala type personality and player that they could
Nope.
that they
Wasn't
you know,
Nope.
was it
Iguodala
was it,
there. Nope. There are players
Was it
that
what-
went over there. Marcus Smart went over there. Nope. All those
So
players
there's-
fake to get out of
so
there.
there's nobody there's no vet that could help him at all.
No.
So
absolutely.
he's a lost cause.
There's no vet helping Memphis. When John
I
Morant,
so I know refer reports that DeAndre Jordan had a very positive influence on Derek Queen and his development.
okay.
I don't know.
2-year deal, paying him millions to develop Derek Queen.
Yeah,
It sounds like an organization that doesn't know what to do. So that's what they do. They don't really have a plan for Derek Queen.
yeah, there's no problem with Zion.
Just like Golden State drafted Wise. They had no plan for him. And I don't care if they brought a vet in. Wasn't going to help him.
No, like bringing in LeBron when you drafted a 23-year-old semi LeBron clone.
He's not there for that dude from Michigan, man. LeBron's not making that dude better. That's not.
Yeah, but that's my point. You knew going out, so you draft a 24-year-old
Mhm.
LeBron style clone. One of the few players that you can look at and say has a very similar game to a young LeBron. Now you're going to bring in LeBron and stun his growth.
Stifle him.
Again, what did I say 30 minutes ago? We're trying to balance the fact that my 2 Hall of Famers want to shoot for a championship and not wait on for development. We also don't want to be bad enough to be in the lottery because we want to piss them off and have them extra trade. They need to decide on what they think and have a reset. The best thing the Bulls did this year was stop trying to be in a play-in and just go ahead and say bye to everybody, start over with a much the same set.
Who's the vet in Chicago?
There's one out. Norm Powell now.
I don't think anybody's looking at him too. Who was the other team I was just thinking about? I don't think this really exists, man. I think it's Santa Claus and the NBA.
But I think that's that is a problem with some of the NBA. Some of these players, you don't have vets at the end of the bench to teach them professionalism, how to train, how to practice, how to come in, and you have the Wemby, which you had in the posted in the finals. You have the John Morant doing stupid stuff. You have a lot of things.
Wemby had Chris Paul, bro.
Yeah, somebody who wants complains and makes a fool of himself.
But I'm just telling you what people said. This dude,
I don't think that.
this.
Again, here's the thing. Nowadays the 14th and 15th, the 11th and 12th spot on the bench are reserved for developmental players. Back in the 90s or 2000s, that was where Udonis Haslem, right? Your player coach type thing, your culture person that's You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
You
got
had a bit, and the NBA as a whole has gone away from that. But now you see, well, maybe because of social media, I won't say now you see more dumb stuff, but the more dumb stuff is prevalent, then maybe that's because of social media as well. But the more dumb stuff is prevalent. Right? I firmly believe if Memphis would embrace Iguodala, that that team would have been much more better. Would have been as great. Wouldn't be broken up like it is now. But because y'all want to be the NBA equivalent of YNs and not listen to somebody who's been there, done that, and won championships, and who remember
I'm with you, man.
he played with AI. Clay just he also played with AI. He also took over the team, became the man of the team, and then became a role player.
And
So
Ja
there's
ain't
any
none of that.
right. If there's anybody that can tell you, hey, that can relate to how to be a superstar in the league and be ahead of a team, and also how to accept your role on this team, it would have been somebody like him.
I agree.
You know, the fact again, I think the fact that Harrison Barnes didn't play a single minute in the NBA Finals hurt San Antonio. Not have somebody who knows who's been in that moment and knows what to do to settle the moment. And obviously, you wasn't listening to him on because you wouldn't have blew your leads.
But now Wimby's that vet.
Yeah, and that's what you get. Like as much as I hate Heat culture, you cannot say that the Heat was not a tough out when your Udonis Haslam was at the end of the bench, not playing.
You know,
And
we're probably gonna disagree. Like I don't think too much of Udonis Haslam or his contribution on the franchise or anything like that. I don't believe in any of that. I've seen clear examples of he wasn't being a leader while he was there to be a leader.
I'll ask you this, and we're gonna pick up reason. You've seen the players that played in the early 2000s to the
Mhm.
late 2010s, like the Jeff Teagues. They just had Anthony Morrow on the show. I seen the clip. But Anthony Morrow talks about Corey Maggette finding out that he was walking around Oakland in his Warriors gear and went to McCarr for something so he can get his money back himself. Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like things like that when you have a good vet that's looking out for them outside of what's going on in between the lines. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? You don't build stories about these current young players from 2017 like 2020 to now. You don't hear this. You don't hear stories how like when Shaq bought was it Moscow? But he wasn't sending clothes and a truck because he didn't have the
Oh, I think
money for
so.
clothes and have a truck. You don't hear those stories, and maybe because now you have these rookies coming in making twice as much as they made. There could be a lot of factors in there, but you don't hear these stories like, "Hey, you need to do this." You representing us. You can't walk around in jeans and a tattered shirt. You just here's my suit guy. All right, here's my car. Here's my car guy. He makes you get you a good solid car that you can drive in and ride in and look like a professional.
So could it be that stuff is just that's in the rearview mirror?
It could be just in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, I don't see any of that happening anymore. Unless you're in certain organizations where certain people get down like that. The majority of the league, I don't know. We'll see as we go forward, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe KD rubbed off on Segun.
Yes.
What's that? But Big John,
I can always be wrong, right?
no, I mean, I don't know if it's about you being wrong. I think we're talking about culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about culture.
But in any business, you always look for the longest tenured person to be the example of the culture.
And when that doesn't work,
You
you
have a bad culture.
got problems.
hmm
Yep, you got
You,
problems.
so whether that person's been there a year, he's been there 5, he's been there 20, you're always looking at that. You always that person's been there the longest can tell you, yeah, this is what we used to do. This is how we do it now. This is what I do to make it easier. And I know what the boss wants. And I know, hey, boss, that ain't gonna work. But I'm gonna do it because you said so. But I'm telling you, it ain't gonna work. They
But this
tried it 6 years
thing,
ago.
Minnesota, they just got rid of Mike Conley,
hmm
who said publicly, Ant-Man's all over the damn place on the bench, and I can't
hmm
really.
Yeah,
He's talking about football games. Well, we're in the third quarter.
yeah. You had Rudy say, yeah, when we talk to me about dieting, eating, nutrition all the time. Ant Man never. I'm waiting on the day that Ant Man asks me questions about nutrition, how to stay healthy.
So we'll see. And you put
And
him on the
they,
lead, we'll see.
Mhm. Yeah,
But Big John, it's great having me, bro. This has been a pleasure. I look forward to this all day. The word should be coming soon. We'll see what's happening after that. I'm more interested now in what other free agent moves are going to happen after LeBron announces, because I think a lot of stuff is in limbo right now.
I'm more. I'm more interested in what trades happen after this.
Yep, because we still got Jones with the Pelicans, right? Where's he going?
hmm
I think he's a great player. Defense, offense, shoot the three.
Is he healthy?
Yep, we'll see. We'll see what's up. But man, I hope you have a great night.
Have a great night. Tell the family I said hi. We'll talk.
We'll do. You do the same, player. Tell everybody I said what's up. And please tell your daughter that I agree with it.
Mhm. Roll one.
I talk to you. Roll one, baby.
Kill 'em up movie. That's what she called it. All right, guys. Take it easy.
Peace.